Oh, jeez, okay. All set. Wait a second. I took the wrong horse. Everything is fine. What is going on, everyone, and welcome to our new server. This is Season 2 of the server, which we are calling Earth versus Nether, or at least I am. Khan's calling it, Nether versus Overworld, stuff like that. I'm calling it Earth versus Nether because that sounds cool. Where we basically have two teams of 5. One lives in the Overworld, one lives in the Nether. And whoever crosses into the other team's territory is free to be murdered. So yeah, as you can see, we have the little murder board thing. We also have death counter. And I'm on the Nether team, which has been fun. It actually has been really fun. I really like living in the Nether. But one of the biggest things that we decided was that every team that lives in the Nether gets fire resistance, just forever. Because otherwise living in the Nether would be the worst thing in the world. And honestly, it's worked out very nicely. That's my horse's inventory. Actually, that's not my horse. We'll get into that. Yeah, as you can see, I have fire resistance. And in this spawn area, we have set it up so within a 50 block radius around this monolith, we're calling it, there's resistance, so nobody can actually take damage, which means that this is just a neutral zone. And in perfect her fashion, Katie has decided to live here because she has declared herself neutral. First thing I want to do, I'm not going to do like a full-on world tour now. I want to save that for when I have other people on here. So anyways, this horse, a little bit of backstory. About last weekish, I needed food, and for reference, Colby's on the Overworld team, because this is his castle that I'm going to break into right now because I'm the only one on here, and he will not find out until he watches this video. Anyways, he was not happy that I stole potatoes from him because I needed food. So in my base in the Nether, he just decided to raid my entire farm of potatoes. So I'm getting him back with the perfectly normal person fashion, that hurt, of stealing his horse. I just stole the wrong one before because I'm what is known as an idiot. This is what I wanted. Rigmarole. Yes. Rigmarole. Yeah, I left them some ransom notes too. It looks to me like you guys don't mess around because they stole all my potatoes. And you know what? I respect that. I really do. But they don't call me Ginge the Avenger for nothing. They don't call me that at all, but you get what I mean. That being said, I intend to avenge. Do you mind? I'm trying to give a ransom note here. I intend to avenge the theft of my potatoes. I demand a ransom of 64 uncooked potatoes, which literally will take no time for them to get, but they're not going to pay it because I know them. Them being Jake and Colby. Rachel also lives here too, but she wasn't involved in this at all, so this doesn't involve her. I wouldn't steal her stuff. What happens if this isn't paid, you might ask? Well, the answer is quite simple, really. Rigmarole dies by Friday. This is being recorded on Monday the 25th. So Friday's the somethingth. I don't know dates. And I'm stealing Rigmarole. So for all I know, this video might come out after Friday. But I just wanted that to be for the record because I can imagine that there's a 0% chance that they actually pay the ransom. There's also a 0% chance I actually kill Rigmarole. I'm not actually going to kill him. I just want to see how Colby reacts to this because Rigmarole is his horse. But it was Colby that flipped out about all of this. And I guarantee it was his idea to steal the potatoes. And because of that, he will pay. this cave right here was the first place I mined. Once it started, we had like a grace period. We started the server on a Sunday, and then that Tuesday was when PvP started and stuff. So we had a grace period of everyone preparing and stuff. So I used this cave to mine. 0% chance Colby knows that. With my luck, he probably does. But I'm just gonna do this, and nobody will be any the wiser. It kind of looks normal, right? Not. Yeah, this isn't helping. Yeah, it looks like you're not too happy about being kidnapped, but tough. Get a better owner. Colby stole my potatoes that I rightfully stole from him, so he has no... I don't really know where I was going with that. I just wanted to say he stole my potatoes that I rightfully stole from him because it's a funny line, and I wanted to be able to say that. That looks... You know what? We're going with that. Oh, it's dark out. We're going with that because I don't really want to put any more effort into it. So Colby definitely will text me tomorrow and freak out whenever he sees the ransom note signs, and I will put a screenshot of whatever he sends me right now. Webcam's the wrong way. So yeah. If he doesn't send me anything, I'm going to be really disappointed because then I just wasted that funny thing. But I'm not cutting that, so either he gets shown off as someone who rages over a horse, or I just look like an idiot. Either way, I probably did look like an idiot anyways. Yeah. Hello, sir. Thank you for your meat. One of the biggest things I wanted to do was make it safe to go from my base, go from the Nether spawn portal to my area in the Nether, because we have a world border on this world. It's set negative 2222 to positive 2222. That was Con's idea. And my mind went blank. We have a world border set so that people can't just go and leave, because we wanted, the whole entire idea for this server was we wanted to do something fun that would kind of tide us over until the next snapshot, or next update, the Caves and Cliffs update, because the other world, pretty much everyone had done what they wanted to do on it. So we wanted to start a new world, but because of the update not coming out until probably the summer, and it being January, we didn't want to wait and just not be playing for that long. So our solution was do something temporary. This is not going to be a 2-year thing. This is going to be a couple-month thing where we're just having fun killing each other, as friends do. Anyways, as I was saying, we put a world border on here so people don't run off and base anywhere at Noah. I'm looking at you, you totally would do it. So we did that, and my base is like outside of the realm because of the Nether being smaller than the Overworld. Long story short, I made a pathway to my base. I don't know why I didn't just say that. It's late at night, I'm tired. But yeah, this is my base. I probably should introduce it not when I'm in the middle of it. That's good. Arguably my favorite biome in the game is the Basalt Delta, because I just think they look so cool. So when I was told to be on the Nether team, yep, this is the perks of having fire resistance, they immediately wanted a Basalt Delta. So I decided to build basically what I'm calling the fortress of me. I don't have a good name for it yet, but yeah, fire resistance is helpful because it allows me to do all of these things, which I totally would not do if I was an Overworlder, which, by the way, Overworlders actually do also get a perk. It's not just us. They get water breathing, which Colby announced so quickly that, yeah, that's not very equal, which I understand. But instead of fighting it, he's decided to, in his words, weaponize water. Meaning basically every single old Overworlder has passages connecting their bases using water. What are you doing? Get off of my carrots! This is Colby's fault! This is why I stole Rigmarole. A fun thing about basalt deltas that I've learned the hard way is that magma cubes spawn in any light level, meaning that if you don't want them to spawn, you have to make it physically impossible for them to spawn, which is why I had this whole room set up so that it's either slabs, this thing, which they can't spawn on, or farmland, which they cannot spawn on because it's not a full block. But then Colby stole my potatoes and it turned back into dirt. The River Bottom Boys, I'm guessing, are Jake and Colby. I don't know. I haven't talked to either of them since I found this out. Mainly because I don't want them to know I know about it until they see that I stole Rigmarole. So I'm just going to go radio silence on them until probably tomorrow night when they come on. This is my Strider with the best Strider name ever! Actually, I can plant these because I need these for the pathway. Pathway I'm doing out of red glass because I want it to be like Nether themed. That's the one thing with this world that I really want, is I want everything, or not this world, this Nether, my base. That's what I'm trying to say. Like I said, it is late at night. I want everything that I build to be using the theme of the Nether, which is why I'm kind of using like the natural generation of the basalt delta and just kind of forming it around my base, because I don't like really the way anything from the overworld looks when it's put into the Nether. And I don't know if that's just me, but I just, with the exception of like these, because they're redstone lamps, they look, you can use them for anything. It's not a mutually exclusive thing. I gotta fix that. Magma cubes are a pain. For the record, they cannot spawn in here because this is slabs. It's the best thing I've ever done. This room is my pride and joy, because this entire thing was just a bunch of basalt, and then I made this entire thing, and I love it. Back to magma cubes, though. For the record, that's how annoying they are, because they spawn no matter what. I had a whole plan of like, okay, I'm just gonna, you know, have certain lights going everywhere so they can't spawn, and then they kept on spawning, so I looked on the wiki and found out, yeah, they spawn no matter the light level in these specific biomes. Not normally, just in the biome that I wanted to build in. Things you normally think are rare, like magma cream and gas tears, and that's about it, because those are the only two kind of rare drops in the Nether. Yeah, when you live in the Nether, and you live in a biome that only spawns magma cubes, and you live next to one that spawns gas, they're not very rare. Might have seen before, I have 2 stacks of magma cream, and what am I gonna do with this? It's not much of a use for magma cream. Potions and... Anyways, this tree right here I also built, in case you couldn't figure that out, because that's not a naturally spawning thing. And I love how it came out. Because it just looks good, and this little thing here, love the touch of that. I am very happy with the way this has come out so far, and I have a bunch of other plans that I want to do. because I want to turn this into a literal fortress that's very difficult for overworlders to get through, because it already is, but they'll get through it eventually, because they're persevering. Perseverant? They persevere. We'll go with that. Yeah. I also just want to say on the record that I know in the last few videos I've had, my webcam has been in 3 different locations, and that's not an accident. That is 100% been by my design, because I like to live on the edge, and I like chaos, and I didn't want it to be in the same place for all 3 videos. I'm also just getting used to using a webcam in videos, and just still trying to perfect it. Because my other my snapshot video, it's flipped around. I'm trying to get things working here. I haven't used YouTube consistently, if you were not counting the bunch of UHCs and games and stuff I uploaded at the beginning of quarantine. I haven't done actual videos like this since high school. Part of the reason I'm doing them now is because still quarantine. And on the other part of it is... Anyways, I think that's going to do it for this, though. I am going to do a world tour video, but I want to have more people here for that, because this is not just a me world. This is a multiple person world, as you can see from the murder board. The webcam being flipped so it's like correct messes me up, because in the video it's going to be like I'm pointing off screen, but in reality I'm literally pointing to the murder board on my monitor. It's midnight. I'm gonna go to bed. Anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll be back.